This movie, Big Stone Gap, is really about hope. It's for men and women who feel they've hit a wall, the passion's gone out of their life, and that they want to get it back. When you leave the theater after you've seen this movie, you feel somehow redeemed. Like maybe you can turn a corner and that you can reignite the passion in your life. I love everything about Ave Maria Mulligan. I think she's a character that's on the fringe of life. I think she spent her life being useful to everyone. She lives with her mother. She's 40 years old. She is useful in her community. She finds purpose in being useful to everyone around her. She doesn't take care of her own needs. Does that sound familiar to every woman that's within the sound of my voice? She hasn't had a single one of her dreams come true. And this movie catches her at the moment when she says to herself, what have I done? Where have the years gone? What's going to happen to me? Now I'm all alone, and I haven't had anything go my way. And I believe that there's a lot of us in the world that feel that way. And then the movie takes off from there, and you watch what happens to her. When she finally takes control of her own life. I really wanted to always make movies. So I'm a dramatist. And novels were a happy accident. Now we're 15 books in, 17 really all told. And I always loved working with actors. I had a comedy troupe. I directed for the stage. I love actors. So to write novels, then adapt it, when I have all that experience of writing scripts, was just, it was a kid in a candy store. I loved it. And then to write in specificity for these actors who love the written word and respect it and were into this was a wonderful gift. When I was growing up, I thought I was in a movie. So I brought the movie to my hometown thinking that the people I grew up with were movie stars. And then I would cast movie stars to act with the people I grew up with, who in my imagination were already movie stars. So it was magical. And whenever I come down the hill, when you drive into Big Stone Gap, I'm filled with longing. Those mountains, the scent of the evergreen and the pine, and all of the feelings that you have, the way the sun, the moon, the night, the day, all of it, the coal mines, the people, the history. It's all really potent. I see a real person in my imagination, and then I build them from the soul outward. They're very real to me. It's never like somebody comes, wah, 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 and they just talk. I imagine their full life from the time they're little, when they're born. And then they become part of the story. My favorite scene to shoot, and this is the truth, was every single one of them. I relished every moment because after 15 years of trying to get a movie made, I was grateful for every frame of this movie. Everyone should go see Big Stone Gap on October 9th, because if you feel like your life's in the crapper, or you feel down in the dumps, or you feel like there's no hope left, you go to this movie and you're going to feel good again. It makes you feel that there's possibilities of love, faith, family, community. Romance could be around the corner, or maybe it's like sitting across the room from you, you just don't recognize it. Or maybe if you're grieving, you will understand your grief in a context of you have to pick yourself up and live again. Really important lesson. Or maybe you'll just sit back and go, wow, America really has a lot going on. These small towns are jewel boxes and we should treasure them and the people in them. Or maybe you're just going to be really entertained because these actors are so brilliant and they deliver performances unlike any you've seen in a very long time. Don't miss Big Stone Gap. It's an American feast. It's funny, it's tender, it's warm, it's also hilarious, and I beg you, all the great, great movies and the great novels and the great art forms have a historical backdrop. You know, Gone with the Wind had the Civil War, and, you know, think about Dr. Zhivago, you know, the Russian Revolution, and Big Stone Gap has that moment in 1978 when Elizabeth Taylor came to town with her candidate husband, John Warner, and she choked on a chicken bone. And that's in our movie. And that's our historical backdrop. You don't want to miss that. Don't miss it.